Right then, here we go. Liverpool and Brentford. It is another live show on L5 Star FC. It is another one of them shows, and we've got the main man. We've got Salah to go over. A little bit of a Liverpool news show. We've also got a little bit of a preview to touch upon as Liverpool face Brentford on Saturday. It is a massive week for Liverpool, and it is an even bigger week for L5 Star FC. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe to L5 Star FC. The road to 500 is well and truly on. So if you're new, it doesn't take less than 10 seconds, and you don't know how big it is if you hit that subscribe button. So without further ado, let's get into it. Salah, how are you doing first and foremost, mate? Besides Liverpool, how are you doing? And obviously, we had a very good week, considering that we're winning 3-0, we're winning quite comfortably, convincing. How are you feeling? Obviously, in general, and how are you feeling after what has been a very, very bright start for Liverpool this season?
I'm feeling good, to be honest. I think, not too bad, to be honest. The results have kept me up, and that's good. You get me, yeah.
Yeah, life is well and truly good. But we're going to cover, before we get into the Brentford and Liverpool preview, which I'm sure that you've all clicked on to see, and you've all clicked on to see our starting 11 prediction, our score prediction. What we're going to do is we're going to go through the Norwich and Liverpool game. We're going to do a little bit of a reaction to that vid. Obviously, the player ratings are up for you on that game. We do have a little bit. Salah and Ben. Big up to Ben as well as Salah, who got that video out yesterday. But we're going to cover a little bit on the Norwich and Liverpool game. Now, we know, if you don't know already, Liverpool have drawn Preston for the next round of the Carabao Cup. And it was 3-0. It was another convincing performance. But first and foremost, how happy with you with the performances of Minamino and Origi?
To be honest, I'm surprised that Minamino actually got the brace. I think everyone was surprised, to be honest, but I think he deserves those 2 goals. I think, again, as I said in the preview, his movement for the first goal was absolutely amazing, and the second goal, his movement was even better. I think to lose Billy Gilmore as his marker was very good awareness and movement again. I think that's what he's good at. I think his movement is very good to get in good positions, and I think I wouldn't be surprised if we see him coming off the bench a few times when you really, really are in a dire need of getting a goal. But yeah, I think Minamino was amazing, and Origi, he's on a hot road right now. I played very, very good against AC Milan, got an assist, and now to get that goal against not Brentford, to get that goal against Norwich is absolutely amazing. And the thing is, people would say it's a header, but that header requires a lot of good technique, because the way he moves his head to generate power on that header is very, very good. And the great Kostas Tsimikas, hopefully, if Origi does get called on Saturday, hopefully he does the job.
Yeah, 100%. And obviously, you did mention there the likes of the performances from Minamino, Origi, and also Kostas Tsimikas. But we'll also break down, obviously, Minamino and obviously Origi. I think this is a big season for Origi now. I don't think it's going to be his. I think it's going to be his last season at Liverpool. But I think we have to get him in probably the best shape as possible to sort of make sure his market value is as high as possible. Because say, if we were to let him go this season, if he continues at the same form and finishes the season strong this season, I expect his market value to be higher than the summer just gone. So I think it's a wise move from LFC to manage his game time a little bit more. But what about Minamino? Obviously, Harvey Elliott, he's out of the equation now with a long-term injury. Hopefully we see him back on the pitch before the end of the season. But I think it's a big few months for Minamino in terms of getting game time, because I feel like he hasn't had the best start, obviously, but I think this is probably one of his, I don't think it's a brilliant example to use Origi, but I think Minamino is on his final straw if I don't think he performs, because I think it's fair to say that if Minamino doesn't perform, I don't think he wins over the Liverpool fans. I really don't. Obviously, what do you think from Minamino? Do you think he'll kick on? Do you think he needs an introduction in the Premier League, a little run of games? What are your thoughts on Minamino? Do you think that he needs to kick on? And if you were Klopp, how would you manage Minamino going forward?
I think he's a good player, but I think sadly this will also be his last season. Don't see him making it into the squad unless he's happy to stay on the bench, not playing many games. I'd say keep him, but I think, let's be honest, we're fighting for the league title here. To play players like Minamino, even against the mid-table clubs, is a big risk. So I wouldn't like to see him get involved in the Premier League matches. Maybe late on in games. As I said, his movement is good. Defenders are tired, so you can just move them about again to good spaces. But I think me and Ben said that we would like a good cup run. And it looks like we are getting that. Next up, Preston North End. Of course, we have a preview when the time comes closer. But it's a big chance for the likes of Minamino, for the likes of Origi, to show their worth even more. Maybe get that market value up, or even maybe integrate themselves slowly into the squad. So yeah, I think it's a good point.
Yeah, 100%. And obviously, we were all talking about what happened going forward on the pitch. We obviously won 3-0. But, the fact that the nil was down to the goalkeeping of Queven Kelleher. What a goalkeeping performance by him, keeping a clean sheet and saving a penalty. And obviously, what's your assessment on his performance as well? Because he played well on Tuesday, was it? He played exceptionally well. And I think, getting a clean sheet's one thing, getting a win is another, but saving a penalty on top of that is something special. And I think it's a very good performance on him, and hopefully he can kick on. And any doubt that he's not our number 2, I think, should be eradicated now, because I think it's fairly certain that he is that nailed on. But what are your thoughts on Kelleher's performance on Tuesday?
He's definitely integrated that he's number 2 now. He's definitely integrated he's number 2 now, 100%. I think that penalty save was stamped on his number 2 position. I think he's very good. As I said, I discussed most of it on the reaction. He is very good in the distribution, makes a lot of successful passes. The way he swept this area was fantastic. So I think it's a very good performance, and that save was absolutely amazing. Don't know if he meant it, but he did a bit of a bonus save. So yeah, it was a very good save. You have to give him credit. So yeah, I think he's definitely integrated. If I see Adrian, then I can't be asked, but I don't think we'll be seeing Adrian this season. So yeah, big up Queven Kelleher.
Big up Kelleher, and obviously brilliant points it made there, Salah. What about this one? Big up the goals live guys. Tsimikas pushing Robbo for that starting place at left back. What are your assessment? Obviously, I'm a Robbo fan myself. I think you're a Robbo fan. You're a big Robbo fan too. Do you think that he should be worried? Because as far as I'm concerned, obviously Robbo's had a start of the season a bit, topsy-turvy, considering the fact he had that injury earlier on in the pre-season. Do you think he should be twitching here, that the fact that Tsimikas is knocking on the door?
Yeah, he has to be worried. He has another bad performance, just been unlucky with the injury at the start of the season. But yeah, he has to be worried, because I think the way Kostas Tsimikas is playing right now, he's playing at a very, very good level. The way he's putting in crosses, and the thing is, I a lot of these points of coverage now, I've said it on the reaction, being good at crossing is a good attribute to have. Crossing is one thing, but having accurate crosses is another thing. But you can say they're good at crossing. They just throw the ball into the box. Inshallah, if they header it, they header it. But the thing with Tsimikas, his crosses are accurate. He just doesn't throw it. He just doesn't bomb them in. Like when he doesn't need to, he just doesn't bomb them in. He does them when he knows someone will get their head on it, and when he knows he can put accurate crossing, which is what I like a lot. Because when you put a cross in, most times you're going to lose possession because they'll head it out. So I think he's very good defensively. He was good, and I think defensively he's slowly improving. Of course, there was a bit of patches in his game defensively against Burnley, but he's looking good now. So I think he's definitely pushing Robbo. But again, I've seen a lot of Liverpool fans disrespect Robbo. Please don't disrespect Robbo, man. He's still a very top-class left back. He's been doing this for 4 seasons straight, and I think it's pretty clear he's the best left back in the world.
Yeah, I mean, you said it there. I mean, for 4 seasons running and consistently putting in these performances week in, week out, just proves what top left back he is. And I don't have a doubt that, he will, lose that position to Kostas Tsimikas. But the fact that, we're having this competition, I think, is very good for the team morale, because, at the end of the day, I I think it does take a little bit of the sting off Robbo. I know he's a competitive character and you want to get back to playing as soon as possible. But I think having Tsimikas in that background, really pushing for his spot, will also bring the competition out in other few positions between other players. For example, Gomez and Kanate, they'll be competing for the third and second place. Centre-back partnership, Kelleher will always try and push Alisson, and, vice versa with obviously...
I just want to say that big teams have good players in depth, and big teams are not scared to rotate, and their players are always scared. Like, it's a bit unlucky we don't have that virtue, but I'm telling you right now, every City player, whenever they drop a stinker, they are absolutely terrified that they lose their place next game. Except for the position at left back, everyone is shook if they have a disaster class, because they know that Pep has the options to replace. Same with Tuchel, and you could say the same with Manchester United. So yeah, I just want to say that.
Yeah, fair enough, Salah. Brilliant points made there, mate. And obviously, as you see in the obviously the bottom of the screen, please feel free to get involved down in this discussion. Drop a few comments, and we will react to you, obviously. But obviously, we did say at the start of the video, but if you are only tuning in now, first and foremost, smash a like and subscribe to the channel, L5 Star FC. Hitting a like on the video will really help our platform. And also, make sure, I know, I keep baffling on about it, but make sure you subscribe to my channel, Klopp Talk TV. The link will obviously be in the description, so go over there and smash subscribe to my personal Liverpool fan channel. So if you want to see more Liverpool content, go and hit that subscribe button. We're racing towards 1.3k. So guys, smash that like button and subscribe button. Right, let's get into the Premier League preview. It is a Brentford Liverpool preview. And obviously, Salah, I think it was very important to say that I think coming back off this Norwich game, I think looking on Monday, I think I'm glad that we obviously scraped through Norwich, but it wasn't my biggest concern. My biggest concern was this Brentford team. They've just been promoted. We all know what proposition they can propose. They're a brilliant team going forward, but they're gonna sit deep, especially against a big 16. And I think we're all going to expect that on the day. But for the fact of the matter is, I think that it's the Man City and Chelsea are obviously playing on the weekend. That's one of our rivals, at least, dropping points. So I think it was very important we got through the Norwich game, injuries unscathed. I know it was going to be a rotated team anyway, but I think it was very important that we attack this Brentford team, because at the end of the day, we need to win this game, because the implications of us winning this game will be massive on the outlook of the table. Remember, we face Manchester City a week Sunday. Now, we should take every game by game.
A week Sunday? I didn't know it was that close.
I know, it's mad. It's the game before the international break, so we've got
the thing
Brentford.
I'm happy now. The City are going through a bad patch. Hopefully, City are going through a bad patch. So it's good to have a game before that international break. Because right now, they are under pressure. We're not under pressure. We won all our games except drawing one. So I think that's actually mad. I never knew it was 1 week from Sunday, honestly. That's actually mad.
Yeah, that is mad. But, we need to win this game, because the implications and the results of that means that it come next Sunday. Obviously, we have to win this game. If we win against City and Anfield with a full-packed Anfield crowd, you know how it's going to be. Then City could find themselves 9 points adrift from 2 or 3 teams. Is that a nail in the coffin? Obviously, it's all hypothetical at this moment in time. But do you think that, this game is bigger than originally made out, considering the fact that Chelsea and Man City are playing 4 hours earlier?
Yeah, it is. This game, the Chelsea and City game, could go 2 ways. Manchester City drop points. We beat them on Sunday. Again, they go nearly 9 points adrift. Probably one of the best case scenario. The City are already 4 points adrift. The real team I want losing now is Chelsea. I don't think it's going to happen, because Tuchel knows how to keep this Pep guy in his pocket now. Pep has nothing on Tuchel. Not overall management, but head-to-head. Ever since he's been at Chelsea, no fan can argue with me that Pep has been better than Tuchel in the games they played against Chelsea. No fan can argue with me on that. I'm sure you even agree. Which is why I'm scared that City will lose against Chelsea. but I really want Chelsea to lose. Because if Chelsea lose, that's 2 points dropped. And if we win against Brentford, we're 2 points ahead of Chelsea. Just look how much of a boost that is. Although if they win their next game, they'll be 1 point ahead. But we'll have a game in hand. So it's that. All I'm saying is I want Chelsea to lose this game. We need Chelsea to lose this game. Because again, if you look at it, see, even if they win that game, they will only be 2 to 3 points behind us, I think. So it's not really much of a difference. But if Chelsea lose, they've dropped 2 points. So yeah, I think that's a big complication for what I was earlier. But I think again, the Liverpool players and the Klopp's not going to give a fuck about that. Let's be honest, because we know how Klopp is. Literally in the title race season, this guy didn't give a fuck about the C results. He was like, I'm gonna focus on my games. Whatever my games are saying, I'm gonna go with them. I don't think he's gonna care about the C just games. He's only gonna focus on Brentford game, and hopefully we can come away with a good result there.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, brilliant points made there, as always, from the main man, Salah. But obviously, if you're joining us now, obviously smash that like button. But here's a little bit of an injury update. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Milner set to miss Brentford through illness. Also, Keita is a doubt for this game. And Thiago is out for this game, confirmed with a calf injury, I believe. So, obviously, that's worrying when you put that on paper, the fact that 4 players are out. Is this a cause of concern? Obviously, last season was a mad one in terms of injury crisis. Is this a cause of concern that obviously 4 players, I know 2 are illnesses, and obviously that's very short term. But Keita and Thiago, that's 2 midfielders, 1 starting midfielder as a certain out, and 1 very injury prone set to miss. Do you think this is a cause of concern going forward beyond this Brentford game?
I just want to say, Trent's not set to miss. Trent's good. Just came out 37 minutes ago. Trent is good. He's going to play against Brentford. Milner is good. Milner was back in training. And Nico Williams was also back in training. So that's 2 out of those 5 players. 2 out of those 4 players which are good. But Keita and Thiago are definite misses for this game, which I think is a blow, because I think I'm so pissed Thiago's out, because Thiago would have been so good for this game, because Brentford have so much space in behind them. I think Thiago would have exploited that perfectly. Keita was on a good run, but again, Keita cycle. Trent. We really need Trent. Although Milner was good there, but Trent's a different gravy, man. We need Trent, and Milner's a good rotational option to have him there. Maybe he can even start instead of say Henderson or someone, or I don't know. But I think it's a big boost to have Trent back, but a big blow to have Thiago out.
Yeah, obviously, big blow. And obviously, my injury updates are slightly off, but that's very good news there. The Salah's obviously kept you up to date with. And obviously, we will get into our starting 11 predictions very soon. But obviously, let's analyse Brentford. They've got many strengths, but one in particular, Ivan Toney. How do you think he'll fare off against Liverpool? Because we all know that maybe Brentford are going to play very defensive in this game because of the fact that they're playing against a Big 6 team at home. I think this is going to be a very difficult game to call. I think it's going to be down to the fact, I think it's going to be very similar to, when Sheffield United come up 2 years ago, and we went there, Gini Wijnaldum scored a goal when it went through Dean Henderson's legs. I think it's going to be that tense. How do you think this game will go, and how do you think Brentford will set up going forward into this game?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched a bit of Brentford. I would watch Brentford a lot. I think the only game I've watched for Brentford is the game against Arsenal, was the opening game of the season. I think they were exquisite in that game. Set pieces, the way they attacked Arsenal. But let's be honest, Arsenal. Bro, they are getting back a little bit. Arsenal. But I think Brentford, Ivan Toney, I don't know. He's inconsistent. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. But let's be honest. Konate, Matip, they'll have him in his pocket. Virgil, bro, Ivan Toney. I've seen Pro Club play Ivan Toney, Virgil's back pocket. Virgil's not going to aid you. Virgil don't need to do it with Ivan Toney. Bro, Matip will have Ivan Toney in his pocket. I'm calling it right now. Virgil doesn't take people like Ivan Toney in his pocket. Virgil takes the people like Messi, takes the people like Lukaku, takes the people like Ronaldo in his pocket. No disrespect to Ivan Toney, but I think, let's see, to be honest. I think he's inconsistent. I think another one alongside Ivan Toney is Mbuebo. I think that's how you say his name. Mbembo, something like that. I think he's a good player. I think his movement on and off the ball is very, very good. We saw what he did to Ben White in the opening game. So I think the defenders have to be careful. Although I think it will be good. It will be a pretty easy game for them. But yeah, I think they have few threats, but I don't think they're enough to hurt our defense.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Brentford are a team which, like, they're going to start well because, of course, they've just come up to the division, so they're going to start well. But obviously, talking on the striker of Ivan Toney, if we go to our striker, there is an injury boost. Obviously, I did cover before we looked at Brentford, an injury blow. But Firmino's set to be in contention, which is very good news. Obviously, Salah gives a little update after a hamstring injury he sustained. I think it was before the international break. So obviously that's a very good news because that's another attacker boosted to the team after the loss of obviously Harvey Elliott. And obviously we found out that other players have dropped in a few positions as well. So I think it's very good that he's back. We'll obviously get into our starting 11 predictions as we're talking about the teams. So it is that time again, guys. It is starting 11 predictions. So we're going to go into a quick break, and then we're going to go into some starting 11 predictions. Salah is starting 11 prediction. We are back, and he has gone for a mad one. Well, nah, I'm joking. Salah, take it away. Explain why you've picked these players, and how do you think they'll fare out against Brentford?
I think Alisson. Unless there's a severe injury, hopefully not. He has to play Trent, which is again exquisite. Matip, Van Dijk. They've never Matip's amazing. Van Dijk, again, we know Van Dijk is Van Dijk. Robertson, I think he's had his rest the game against Crystal Palace. So, yeah, he's good.
Sorry, one sec. Obviously, I made a little mistake in the starting 11 prediction. He started Jones. He also started Kanate, he said, in the starting 11 prediction before the vid. So I'll just run you through Salah's team. Obviously, he put Matip, so we'll just take it as Matip. But here is Salah's team. So he's gone for Alisson, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Robbo, Fabinho, Jones, Henderson, Salah, Mane, and obviously, I think he's had a few technical difficulties, so he'll be back as soon as possible. But then we'll then go into my starting 11 prediction, and I've gone for Alisson, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, and Robertson. I think Robertson will keep his place. I expect Tsimikas to come into the lineup at some point during midweek, so we keep Robbo for Manchester City. I expect maybe Trent rotated as well if Milner's fit enough for that game, but I think Robbo, Fabinho, and Keita and Henderson. I think Keita will just pass and just start this game. If not, I think Jones will play, but I cannot see any other option than Keita playing. And Salah, Mane, and Origi. I think for Origi's performances over the past few days and obviously a few games, I think we're going to see Origi play. I think it's fair to say that I think Origi will come into this one because I think, obviously, what has he got? 2 goals, 1 assist, and another assist in midweek. So that's 2 goals and 2 assists in 2 games that Origi's played. So I think Origi is going to play. And I think Fabinho will sit in the 6. Keita, Hendo, Salah, Mane, and Origi. And we've got Salah back. Obviously, sorry, bro. Not sure what happened there, but obviously... there's your team there. Obviously, you put Jones in. It had a little typo error. So, obviously, carry on from where you left off.
I was just going to say Fabinho is integral to this team as the 6, playing the long ball. So, Fabinho goes in 6 for me. And, again, Jones seems like a bit of a weird one, but I think Jones, this is the type of game he thrives in, where he takes the ball, drives into the opponent's box. And I think he's very good at that. He showed that against Norwich, so I'm going to keep my trust in Jones. I'm going to play him. Henderson is amazing. The way his work rate is going to be key in this game because Brentford can play two ways. They either play as a pressing style or they either play in a low block style. And I think if they play in a pressing style, Henderson's going to be key. And again, Salah, Mane, Jota is the front three we have available at this time. Of course, Firmino's in contention, but I don't think Firmino would play. I don't think Klopp would rush him back. So I'd rather play Salah, Mane, Jota. It's working nicely, so why not keep it up?
Brilliant, bro. And obviously your score prediction. Let's find your score prediction. The big reveal. Salah's gone for a 3-0 win. Explain. Is it going to be a difficult game? Is it going to be a convincing performance? If stats are anything to go by, we've got 3-0s all over the place. So do you think it's another one away from home? It'll be an emphatic win. And I think it will really send a message going into Man City, which will be our next league game.
No, I think it's going to be similar to the Crystal Palace game. As soon as the game starts, it's not going to look like a 3-0, but I think it will be a 3-0. I think we're going to keep up our consistent results, banging the goals in. Of course, 3-0 win against Crystal Palace, and then we had a 3-0 win against another team, I forgot. But yeah, I think a 3-0 win, I'm trusting in the boys to get this game over and done with, so we can move on to Porto and then Manchester City on Sunday.
100% big up, obviously brilliant man management there on what Salah would do. But let me just find my score prediction, and I have gone for a 2-0 win to Liverpool. I think Liverpool will get the job done on Saturday. I don't think it'll be as convincing as we've seen Liverpool, but I think they'll get the job done. I think it'll be 1-0 for a large part of the game. And then I think it will be 2-0 towards the end. I think we'll get a goal because we'll invite Brentford out of their penalty area, and they'll look to try and find an equaliser, and then we'll pounce on that opportunity and get a second. But LFC fan, big up to LFC fan with the comment. He said he was looking at Brandon past games. I think he has great potential. He should play.
Brandon?
I think he's a youth player. Not sure if I would start him, bro. But yeah.
Brandon.
I swear there's a player. I'm not too sure what position he plays, but I've heard the name before. And LFC fans going for 5-0, top of the league. Very convincing there from LFC fan. He's not short of predictions. On my channel, Klopp Talk TV, LFC fan always comes in with the comments. He said, I think Liverpool would beat Leeds 6-2. I think it was something mad like that. But big props to LFC fan.
I can't find no player named Brandon.
Oh, is it? Oh, no idea what he's alluding to there.
You've had a shocker there.
You've had a shocker there, LFC fan. Well, no, and I have as well, because I'm just as bad as you, LFC fan. I thought there was a player called Brandon, but clearly not. I think
you might be referring to Tyler Morton, maybe.
Potentially, yeah. One of the youth players.
You know Brandon for the past games. Brandon.
I don't know. We've had a stinker there, boys. We have had a stinker there. But we will move swiftly on to spare the embarrassment. But obviously, Naby Keita. Now, obviously, he was breaking news a few minutes ago that Naby Keita is set to have a contract stall. Now, he's got 2 years left on his contract. I'm just going to get the file up here. Keita is contracted until 2023, but won't sign an extension unless he starts featuring more regularly. What would you react to this? If anything, how would he play more? Because the guy breaks his leg. The guy would pull a hamstring when making a jam sandwich. So how on earth is he going to play if he's injured half the time he's there? I don't understand. I don't understand that. How would you react to, obviously, this Keita stall and contract? Would you... I don't know, man. It's a bit of a weird one. Would you sell Keita, considering the fact, what was he, a third highest paid transfer in Liverpool history? Do you think he's lived up to that? And obviously, do you think that, you'd sell him?
I just want to say the guy who gave away the penalty was Conor Bradley, not Brandon. And I just want to quickly touch. Conor Bradley shouldn't start against Brentford. He's not Premier League quality yet. If Trent Alexander-Arnold's fit, play Trent Alexander-Arnold, and let's be honest, Milner's better than Conor Bradley. Conor Bradley's still a youth player. He's going to play in the cup games. He'll probably play against Preston, but I don't think he'll play against Preston because Nico Williams is back. So, it was Conor Bradley, not Brandon. But Naby Keita, I like this guy. He's a good player. But if you want a starting role in the squad, fuck off. Fuck off right off. Fuck right off. We don't pay 50 fucking million for you to be injured for nearly 3 fucking seasons, and now you want to fucking get an integral part of the team. Fucking get your fitness right. Stop playing hamstring after hamstring. You fucking kick grass. How the fuck does that fucking make sense? You fucking kick grass. It was precautionary. I know you're not playing on Saturday, and you want a new role, bro. Fuck you. Give him to Dortmund and bring Bellingham. Why are we keeping this guy? I think this guy has like 120k a week. He's injured so many. Like, nah, I'm good with Naby Keita and all that, yeah. But if he wants a bigger role in the team, first get fit, then we can talk. Play 30 games a season, play 25 games in one season, then you can have a very integral part of this team. Right now, you're just a rotational player. That's the truth. He's been a flop. A lot of Liverpool fans do not want to admit it, but he has been one of the biggest flops in Liverpool history. Maybe bold. It might be bold, but he has been one of the biggest flops in Liverpool history because he was a very good talent. He came in for 50 million. Everyone was very excited. He has never, ever, ever lived up to his expectations. Never. I think he has 1 year left on his contract. He's never lived up to his expectations. I cannot show enough that he does not deserve to have a new contract. How is Keita going to have a good season when he's injured, bro? It doesn't make sense. Availability is key. Although I'm not a big fan, like when people used to say for Genie, availability over technique and all this shit. He's not even available to be playing on the pitch for him to have a good season. People really need to start seeing. And now if he really wants a contract to be integral of the team, I'm sorry, you just don't earn it like that. You have to play game after game. You have to show your worth, and then you'll get that. Okay, I think Aled is gone. So I'll just take over. Yeah, I'm just gonna carry on in the case. I think when you have to play week in, week out, play very good to be given a contract as a crucial first team player, as an important player. But right now he's not doing that. And if he really wants that, sell him this summer when he has 1 year left on his contract, and bring someone in like Bissouma, bring someone in like Neuhaus, bring someone in like Bellingham. It's just appalling if that's true. I don't know if it's true. It's not the most reliable source as I've seen, but it's left me a bit disappointed that he has high expectations, but he's not doing things right for him to get those expectations that he wants.
Fact. You could not have said that any better. I think, there's expectations and then there's reality. And if he
How is it Keita season when the brother can't play games? Come on.
He can't string 5 games together. Name me one point in Keita's career where he's played more than 3 games on the bounce.
Literally, he has. But I don't know. That's
another stinker. That's stinker 2.0. That
his last chance to prove that he's worth. He's had so many chances. We've been saying this is his last chance for the past 2 fucking years. I've had enough, honestly. None of you know, but there used to be a previous squad member named Charlie. He used to call the Keita cycle. The Keita cycle is he would come in for 2 games, play very good. He'd get injured for the next 5 games. What's happening now? Exact example. Liverpool fans, please stop saying it's Naby Keita season when the brother can't even play 20 plus games. It's actually vexing me, honestly. Because how can a player not play 20 plus games and people are saying Naby season, Keita season? He's had this chance for the past 4 years and he's done fuck all. We paid fucking 50 million for him. He's done fuck all. And I'm being honest. I can't lie. Although I like him as a player, I like him as a person. He has a great personality. But I cannot sit here and lie to myself and call him nothing but one of the biggest flops in Liverpool history.
Yeah, exactly. Klopp won't sell him. Keita is like Klopp's kid. Maybe that's why, people want him gone, because at the end of the day, he's not, when he's on the pitch, he's a weird one, Keita. I think it's fair to say when he's on the pitch, you get an all right performance. It's one of them performances where it's a bit iffy. Like one could be good, one could be bad. A few people could say he has a good performance, and different people could say he had a bad performance. But I think if Keita expects to be in this team week out, week in, week out, he is not proving and he is not living up to that quality. There's no way he lives up to that quality. I really don't. I really do believe that he does not live up to that quality. And he's got the quality, but does he prove it on a weekly basis? That is why when we all say Pogba, Pogba's this, Pogba's that, is Pogba world class? Pogba has world-class ability, but he world-class player delivers it week in, week out. If Keita's got quality and Keita is a world-class player and a top Premier League player, he needs to produce that week in, week out in the Premier League. He does not do that. He doesn't. His midfield position is not even certified. So if he has quality, then he would walk into that midfield. Yes, it's a difficult midfield to walk in. Fabinho is probably arguably one of the best players at the moment in what he does, if not the
arguably, best. He
is. Yeah, there we go. He is. But obviously Thiago is an unbelievable player as well. In my opinion, he's in that starting team. He's in our best team, 100%. And you've obviously got the skipper and Hendo. So if Keita thinks that he's going to push through there and he's going to act all arsey about the fact that he can't, obviously, he's not getting enough opportunities, then look after your recovery. Because clearly there's a fault in the way he is recovering, because you cannot suffer that many injuries. And oh my God, I'm getting too
I just want to say though, Keita scored a banger though. He's quality. So what? I played for an academy. I scored a banger last week. I haven't got a team like Liverpool come to me. You can score the amount of sick goals you want. You can have the amount of quality you want. But that doesn't mean you'll get the chances more and more. Because with quality, although I hate to say it, you also need availability. Something which he does not have. You can have as much quality as you want, but you will never, ever have the availability, Naby Keita. And it really pains me to say that. You'll never, ever have the availability. Because if you cannot have it over 4 years, God knows how I am thinking that he'll get it this year and he'll get a new contract and he'll get it for the next 4 years. The next 4 years, he's going to be sitting 125k per week, yeah? That's it. I still feel if Keita can stay fit, that's if he stays fit. People need to, that's if he stays fit. Has he stayed fit?
That's a big if.
Has he stayed fit for 4 years? Yes or no? No, he hasn't stayed fit for 4 years. So what would make you think if he signs a 5-year contract next summer, he would stay fit for the next 5 years? What makes you think that? Because we've been believing after every injury he has, after every therapy he has, that we will see a new Naby Keita. And he will have very, very good legs. He would have legs of steel. But no, it hasn't been like that for the past 4 years. Or has it been like he plays good, gets injured, plays good, gets injured? So how can you say if he stays fit? And the thing that pains me is that people are still trying to like justify that if he stays fit. Come on, like the past has taught you things. When you look at the past, you don't look at it. It's like Alid, yeah. I become I'm with my girl, yeah. Although I don't have one, I'm with my girl. She cheats on me, yeah. That's a past. But I'm gonna go back to her like some dickhead, even though she cheated on me. This is the exact same situation with Naby Keita. Come on, man. It's simple common sense.
Yeah, and I think there's obviously I think I have a feeling that LFC fan does agree with me, does agree with us, but he obviously...
What footballer stays fit for 4 seasons? James Milner. And I'm not talking about like not staying fit the whole season. He's never played 20 plus games in a season for Liverpool. Never. He's never played 20 plus games. I'm not saying he has to be shredded, all this, that. He has to stay fit, no injury. But the thing with him, he gets nearly injured 4 times in the season and he plays about 10 games a season. I'm not saying that he should stay fit for the whole 4 season, but he hasn't even been available for a lot of games. It's just, I don't know when people see the light, man, because I've seen it now. I love Naby Keita, but I'm not fond of him now because it's annoying, man. When he plays good, I'll support him, but not support him like that. I'll be happy for him, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a bit, you know what I mean? It's one of them, but I think House of Hoff, I respect you, bro, but I think I gotta disagree, mate. Look at Robertson, for example. Yes, he got that injury at the start of the season, but look at that. Look at that injury. I have no doubt that if Keita had the consistency levels of Robertson in terms of injuries, he would be world class. But the fact that he doesn't have that consistency week in, week out, he cannot be quality. He's not Liverpool quality. And if you're telling me that, Gini Wijnaldum was getting, what was he, 85 grand. Now, I know we should keep the money to the side of it, but if Gini Wijnaldum's on 85 grand, Keita's on 125, Wijnaldum's he's the detrimental part to our system, Wijnaldum was. And the fact that he was getting underpaid in comparison to Naby Keita, who doesn't start a third of our games, just proves one thing, and it's that Naby Keita is... mate, I don't want to talk about this anymore, but you know what I mean? It's one of them where Naby Keita is...
Look, yeah, Naby, I just want to respond. Sorry, Ale, I keep interrupting you. It's just I'm so hot-headed. Naby was class in Germany. Fuck off that he was class in Germany. Why is he not class now? Do you think I'll give a fuck about how much class he was in Germany? I don't care if he's won 5 Player of the Years in Germany with Leipzig. I don't care. It's what he's done from the moment he came into this club to the moment he's done now. And let's be honest, it's not a lot. He has not done a lot. He has never lived up to the expectations of 60 million British pounds. He hasn't. That's the past. I gave the example of the girlfriend example. If a girl cheated on me and I went back to her, that's the exact same Liverpool. That's the exact same things the Liverpool fans are doing. There's no point in saying Naby was class in Germany. We've managed. The whole team is managed. He had a 2-month period where he wasn't injured. He just had fitness regimes. I'm sure you've heard of it, Alan. He just had fitness regimes. He was not injured. Yeah, the whole 2 months, patting up his fitness. Where is that now? Where is that now? He got injured a few months after that fitness regime, and he's got injured now. So if you're really telling me that we haven't managed him properly, we have managed him properly. Maybe Guinea haven't managed him properly, or we've managed him properly, and we still haven't got the best of him. Now he's starting to show his 60 million price tag.
Here we go.
Yeah, this is just trying to get me riled. To be honest, I've said it. He's not worth 60 million. To be honest, we're lucky if we even get to sell him for 40 million. I think the only way we get to sell him is if we put him in a swap deal with Bellingham at a bit like 20 million or even 30 million, and then we get Bellingham. So yeah, that's just my take on Keita, man. He's been a big flop, sadly.
Yeah. It's sadly, like we all have respect for Keita. We all have respect for him as a player, but does he deserve to be paid more and given a contract where a contract is given to players who have a detrimental part to the success as a football club? He does not produce that consistency. So I don't think he deserves another contract. I think we sell him because clearly that was a poor investment from FSG's point of view. But House of Hoff, you said player management is important. And if we manage the games he plays, he should be fit most games. How can you manage the game if he plays 2 games here and there? Like, you cannot manage that if he gets injured out of the blue. If that's the case, then we have massive problems with managing Virgil van Dijk's games. We have massive problems with resting Mo Salah, because if you're telling me there's a player management issue because he's played 2 games in a row, then I don't know. I really can't help you. But do you think it's time for Keita to go then?
Wait.
FTV Claude, I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked. It's time to go!
Look, to be fair, do you think it's time to Keita to go? I think it is. I think it is. How many seasons are we going to sit here and say, this is Keita's season? Keita's going to do well this season. Keita's going to break into the starting 11, which I've been guilty of before. Keita's going to be starting in this Premier League. Keita's going to be boss this season. Keita's going to be this. Keita's going to be that. Has he done that? Has he done that? So what makes you think that this season he'll do it? What makes you think the next season he'll do it? Oh, because he did a few flicks in pre-season means that he's gonna be.
Ox is another one. Ox is another one. Don't get me started.
Ox is another one. Ox is another one as well. There's a few.
If you think this is extreme, what I'm doing on Keita, just wait until the next stream when Ox does bad. When Ox gets injured again, I'm gonna lose my temper. Honestly, I am gonna lose my temper when Ox does again next season. We've been saying this for 4 seasons, man. I've just explained it. We've been saying it for 4 seasons. Honestly, man, just give him until the end of the season. We said that last season. What happened? Again, it's happening this season. The people, again, I'm not going to use that girl for an example again and again and again. But please, just stop. Has the past not taught you your mistakes? You're supposed to learn from your mistakes, not make more mistakes.
Yeah. Honestly, boys, look, I don't think we're going to sell him in January. I think we're going to sell him in January. We won't sell him in January. We're going to sell him at the end of the season if we sell him the soonest that we can, and I think that'll be next summer. So let's see what happens with Keita. But if he wants another contract, he knows where the door is, in my opinion. But obviously, it's a time for me and Salah to take a chill. We take a deep breath. We got it off our chest. Sorry, the comments section. You've probably been deafened by me and Salah's voice. But obviously, there's a comment coming. Oxlade-Chamberlain deserves a start on the weekend, boys. What would you say to that? I don't. Maybe, considering the fact.
Alid, do not say maybe. Alid.
Nah.
Don't even say maybe, my guy. Do not. This guy had a shocker against Norwich. He lost the ball 13 times in the first half. If he plays shit against Norwich's B team, what makes you expect he'll play absolutely good against Brentford's A team? What makes you think that? Honestly, what makes you think that, bro? He got an assist, fair play. Well, you did fuck all. The assist was, again, you don't tell a player about goals and assists. I don't really care if Ox gets an assist or a goal. He played shit against Norwich. He does not deserve to start against Brentford. Simple. Jones 100% deserves to start against Chamberlain. If I see the lineup and Chamberlain starts over Jones, I'm done. Honestly, I am going to be losing it. Because Jones played amazing against Norwich. And he's the one that deserves to be playing against Brentford, not Oxlade-Chamberlain. Is it a white-collar session today? No, just came back from school, bro. Same
just obviously come back from school. But guys, to be fair, I'm a bit contradictory. I think that's fair to say. Like, I don't like Chamberlain with his consistency. But then, I want to see him. Oh no, I don't. I'm just gonna move on very swiftly. But obviously, someone said the Goals Life guy says Chamberlain about to ball out this season if he actually gets given a chance. Salah, I won't let you react to that one for obvious reasons because you probably blow up again. But respect to the chat though. This is what makes the channels and creating this is
the best chat we've had ever since we've started a live stream. So big up to the whole chat.
Yeah, exactly, guys. And obviously smash that like button. Obviously, it'll help our platform if you have enjoyed the content that you've seen today. But obviously, it means a lot that you've just popped in. And what we're going to do is we're going to predict a few of the Premier League games. We're actually going to predict each and every one of the games.
Check private chat for a second.
Okay. All right, no worries. What we'll do is we'll preview the Chelsea-Man City game and then we'll wrap up, if that's all right with you, Salah. Is that good, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So obviously Chelsea and Manchester City starts on Saturday, 12:30 kickoff. How do you see this one game going? Obviously, you said you'd want to see Chelsea lose more than you want to see City, but obviously one team has to lose. One team, if not both, drops points on Saturday. So how do you think this will go? What's the score going to be?
I think it's going to be a tight game. But I think City, Jack Grealish, I think he's going to be the man of the match of this game. I think he's going to be amazing in this game. I think he's going to take the game by control. So I'm hoping for C to breeze past 2-1.
2-1. I'm going to go for Chelsea to win 2-0. I just think they're unstoppable at the moment. And away from home, they're just churning results in away from home constantly. The second biggest match and the final big match that we're going to analyse for the weekend is Arsenal against Tottenham Hotspur. It is a big London derby. Arsenal, Tottenham. How do we see this going?
Arsenal, Tottenham. Both shit, to be honest.
Is it a good game because they're both dog shit?
Yeah. I'm going to go 3-1 to the Spurs.
3-1 to the Spurs. Well, if anything, Arsenal are probably favourite to this game considering their form. Spurs have won in the week on the Carabao Cup. They lost 3-0 to Crystal Palace. They've also lost 3-0 to Chelsea, and they drew to Rennes in the Conference League. So I think it's at the Emirates. They're gonna win. Obviously, I think Salah. One sec. I think he's joined back on somewhere else. Right, here he is. He's back. But obviously, I think before we wrap up, Arsenal will lose the game 2-1. Spurs will win 2-1. But obviously, House of Hofting's Tottenham by 2. Pro Club Goal says Arsenal to win 5-0. Very convincing. Arsenal LFC fan says Arsenal to beat Spurs 6-0. Going to wipe the floor with Arsenal. Right. I think Spurs will beat. You worded that a little bit wrong, mate. But obviously, I think he said Spurs will win 6-0. You wipe the floor with Arsenal. And then Pro Club Goal says City to win 4-1. And United to get spanked by Villa 4-1. Yeah, Villa and United are playing as well. I think that's a 3:00 game on a Saturday. I'll say, come on, boys. Yeah, Villa are gonna win. The fact that West Ham beat them yesterday, Villa are gonna win. Come on, Leon Bailey. Come on, lad.
That's a bit extreme because Chelsea don't let in goals like that. Like I think the last time they let in like a bunch of goals was against West Brom, and they were appalling that day. But I don't see Chelsea letting in 4 goals anytime soon, to be honest.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to be fair, but I agree. I don't think they'll concede 4 goals considering the fact that Chelsea are not conceding at the minute. Remember, they've only conceded 1 goal, and that they haven't even conceded an open play goal. That was from a penalty by the magic Mo Salah. But obviously, that is it for today's show. Thank you all for watching. Before we wrap it up, make sure you smash a subscribe to my channel. I know a few OGs in the group chat that have not in the group chat, in the live chat that have subscribed to Klopp Talk TV. But if you are new, smash that subscribe button. Obviously, I've started Origi in my team. I started an 11 prediction Pro Club Goals based on the fact he's had 2 goals and 2 assists in the last 2 games. So I think he deserves a start. Villa, please get your prime Barca form versus Man U. Yeah. But both games kick off early on Saturday, 12:30. And big up the live chat. You've been really good today. And obviously join us on the channel for more live videos that will come out in the very few weeks to come. Obviously, we have an international break coming, so there'll be quite a bit of live content on there as well. But first and foremost, smash a like, smash subscribe to L5 Star FC. Hitting a like on the video will really help our platform. The socials will be in the bottom of the screen, as you can see. And as we're going to wrap up, what do you want to say, Salah? How would you would you want anything to say before we wrap up?
No, I just thanks for the support in today's stream. I think again, probably the most support we've had on the stream ever since we started live streaming. And again, just keep on subscribing to 500 and big up everyone who joined and tuned in today.
Yeah, big up to everybody who tuned in, and here's to the next stream. But obviously, let's hope Liverpool carry on their scintillating home form, scintillating away form as they travel to Brentford Community Stadium on Saturday, 12:30. All the pre and post-match content coming for you in the next few days. Without further ado, take care. See you very soon. You'll never